fifth grade, for word study this week, we will be focusing on spelling. So this should not be a new procedure for any of you. We've done this at least 3 times, I think, because we're ready for list 4 spelling words. So this will be the 4th time that we will have completed these procedures. And I believe it's like the 2nd time possibly that we've done this in a virtual learning model. So we may have to make a few adjustments, but it'll be fine, and it shouldn't be stressful or strenuous for anyone. So when we start a new week in spelling, we select and check 5 new words. I've added a list of possible words to add to your PSL, which is your personal spelling list. You also have the option of using any words that you haven't mastered yet from your PSL. So if that's the case, if you're going to use some of the words that you haven't mastered yet, you haven't passed them on a spelling test, then you would not need to add them to your personal spelling list because they're already there. You will need to add them to your weekly word study page so that you're ready to focus on them and reteach yourself how to spell those words. So if that's what you decide to do, that's perfectly fine. We're going to jump into this possible words to add to your PSL. These are words that I gathered from Mrs. Steinbeck and Mrs. Geisendorfer, and then of course I added to because we will be focusing on some new things in ELA. So any of these words are likely to show up in your classes this week, and you are likely to have to use them in your own writing. Remember, we don't want to select words that we already know how to spell or that we will not use in our writing because it's pointless and we don't like to waste our time. So you're going to choose 5 of these words. I'm going to walk through this list with you. For ELA, we have counter-argument, rebuttal, debate, and argument. These come from the new area of instruction that we're exploring this week, the debate. And so you are going to see these words, and you will likely have to use these words in your responses in the activities for that. In social studies, you guys are starting a new unit with Mrs. Geisendorfer. So you have westward, expansion, territory, acquired, manifest, destiny, reservation, expedition, immigrant, boundary. In math, Mrs. Steinbeck thought that you may possibly use the words product, factors, or partial in your answers for her this week. So once you've taken a look at this, choose 5 unless you're choosing some words that you haven't mastered and they're already on your PSL. Make sure that you copy these words directly from this list exactly the way that they appear here because they are spelled correctly. If you copy it incorrectly, you're going to teach yourself to spell it incorrectly. And some of you have done that in the past, so you know that's kind of a stinky thing that happens because then you have to start all over, and that's a waste of your time. Next, you will add those words, those new words, to your personal spelling list. I believe you guys should be about ready to add down here in the 15s or the 20s, somewhere around there on your list. So you'll print those nice and cleanly so that you can read them and there's no mistaking how that word should be spelled. Then you're going to copy those words in one more place. You're going to turn to the next clean weekly word study page in your WordWork folder. And remember, everyone should have this folder at home because I asked you to take home your ELA folders with you every day from the time we came back from the first virtual learning stint. So hopefully you were doing what I asked and you have those materials. If not, it's not a huge deal. You're just going to have to do these steps on a piece of notebook paper, and you'll have to take pictures of that and send it to me. So you will then copy your words from your PSL or from that list to this page, you're going to write your first word here, your second word here, your third word, fourth word, and fifth word. Now I attached this document so that you can print it at home if for some reason you don't have your folder, but you do have access to a printer. Otherwise, just recreate this form using a piece of notebook paper so that you're able to complete the steps along with us on day 2 and day 3. So once you have completed adding the words to your personal spelling list and then copied those to your weekly word study page, you're ready to take a picture of those pages in your WordWork folder and attach it to this Google Doc. So I'm going to click here and it tells you what to do. Remember, we just click on this insert image button and we say camera, and then it's going to let us hold up our folder, and then you'll click the camera button and say insert, and then you would turn to your word study page. So that was supposed to be a picture of your personal spelling list, and then you would do that again and insert another image for your word study page. That's how you're showing me that you have done what I asked you to do in this assignment. When you're all done and you have those 2 pictures in this document, you can delete this if you want to, or you can leave it there. It really doesn't matter. Then you can come back here and click Turn In. That's all I have for you guys today for Weekly Word Study. I love and miss you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's what I'm here for, guys. It's one of my favorite things, is helping you learn and grow.